What if you were told that an invisible entity could turn your life upside down? It sounds like a premise for a movie, right? But what if this was not merely a tale of fiction, but a chilling reality for a family in suburban England during the 1970s? The family in question is the Hodgson family, ordinary folks, residing in a humble council house in Enfield, a borough nestled in the heart of London. The family comprised of a single mother, Peggy Hodgson, and her 4 children. Their life, much like their surroundings, was typical, steeped in the simplicity of everyday routines. Little did they know, their mundane existence was about to be shattered, and their home would turn into a stage for one of the most infamous paranormal incidents in history. This seemingly normal house on Green Street was about to become the epicenter of an unimaginable terror. A terror so profound it would go on to be known as the Enfield Poltergeist. For the uninitiated, a poltergeist is a type of ghost or other supernatural entity which is responsible for physical disturbances, such as loud noises and objects being moved or destroyed. The Hodgsons were just like any other family, going about their daily lives, oblivious to the fact that their humble abode was about to become a hot spot for the supernatural. The children attended school, their mother worked hard to provide for them, and their evenings were spent around the dinner table, sharing stories and laughter. Their lives were a picture of normalcy, a quiet routine that provided comfort and stability. But as the sun set on August 30th, 1977, this picture of normalcy was about to be torn to shreds. The night was just like any other, with the family retiring to bed, unaware of the unseen terror that lurked in the shadows of their home. As darkness fell on August 30th, 1977, the Hodgson family had no idea what was about to befall them. The ordinary night took a spin towards the extraordinary. An average evening in the modest home of the Hodgson family was about to unravel into an experience that would forever scar their memories. The first signs were subtle, almost dismissible. The faint knocking sounds that echoed through the silent corridors, like a hesitant visitor at the door. But there was no one there. No one that they could see, at least. The knocks grew louder, more insistent, as if demanding to be acknowledged. Then came the inexplicable shifting of furniture. Chairs that had been neatly tucked under the dining table were found scattered around the room, as if tossed by invisible hands. A heavy wardrobe that took the strength of 2 grown men to move slid across the floor as if it were as light as a feather. But what could be dismissed as mere tricks of the mind became undeniable when the unimaginable happened. The children, young, innocent, and terrified, were seen levitating, suspended in midair, their small bodies defying the laws of gravity, their eyes wide with horror and confusion. The terror was palpable, the confusion overwhelming. A family, once secure in their home, now feared the very walls that were supposed to protect them. They huddled together, their hearts pounding in their chests, their eyes darting around, expecting the unseen to manifest at any moment. The ordinary had been intruded upon by the extraordinary. The mundane had been disrupted by the supernatural. The comfort of their home had been invaded by a terror that they could not see, could not understand, and could not fight. They were living a nightmare, but this was no dream. This was their reality. A chilling, horrifying reality that they had to confront every single day, every single night. The unseen terror had made its first move, marking the beginning of a terrifying ordeal that would last for months. Just when they thought it couldn't get any worse, it did. Desperate for answers, the Hodgson family turned to outsiders. And not just any outsiders, but the Society for Psychical Research, a beacon of hope for those looking for scientific explanations to their otherworldly experiences. This society, known for its meticulous investigation into the paranormal, was about to step into the strange and eerie world of the Enfield Poltergeist. The Society's investigation into the Enfield case was led by Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon Playfair, 2 men who were no strangers to the unexplained. They plunged headfirst into the mystery, armed with a healthy dose of skepticism and an unquenchable thirst for the truth. Their mission was to peel back the layers of fear and superstition and reveal what, or who, was truly behind the disturbances. However, their work was not without controversy. Critics were quick to question the credibility of their methods and findings. Accusations of the Hodgson children faking the phenomena were common, casting a shadow of doubt over the entire investigation. Yet the investigators remained undeterred, fueled by the inexplicable events they themselves witnessed. One of the most chilling findings was the voice phenomenon, A gravelly, menacing voice, seemingly coming from nowhere and everywhere at once, sent shivers down the spine of anyone who heard it. This voice, claiming to be the spirit of a deceased man named Bill, became a terrifying hallmark of the Enfield case. And who could forget the infamous levitation photograph? The image of a young girl seemingly floating in midair, with a look of sheer terror on her face, remains one of the most iconic pieces of evidence in the history of paranormal research. Many have tried to debunk it, but the unsettling reality of the image cannot be denied. Despite the controversy, the Society for Psychical Research brought a level of scrutiny and scientific rigor to the investigation that had been sorely lacking. Despite the evidence gathered, the mystery only deepened. The Enfield Poltergeist case, shrouded in fear and speculation, continues to captivate and terrify us to this day. As abruptly as it started, the haunting stopped. The year was 1979, and the eerie silence that fell over the Hodgson household was as unsettling as the poltergeist activity that had once filled it. The unseen terror, the first encounters, the investigations, all came to a sudden halt. It was as though the Enfield Poltergeist had simply vanished into thin air. The aftermath of these events left an indelible mark on the Hodgson family. The children, who had been at the center of this inexplicable phenomenon, were profoundly affected. Peggy, the mother, carried the burden of these events for the rest of her life, living in the same house until her passing in the year 2003. The eldest daughter, Margaret, who bore the brunt of the poltergeist's attention, struggled with the memories of those terrifying years. She was haunted, not by the poltergeist, but by the memory of its presence. The youngest, Billy, was left with a stutter that lingered long after the poltergeist was gone, a stark reminder of those harrowing times. The end of the poltergeist activity did not bring an end to the speculation and curiosity. In the years that followed, the Enfield Poltergeist continued to intrigue researchers, skeptics, and paranormal enthusiasts alike. The question of authenticity remained a hot topic of debate. Was it a case of overactive imaginations and clever trickery, or was there a genuine supernatural entity at work? The Hodgson family maintained their stance. They had lived through something inexplicable, something real. Their story was corroborated by a number of witnesses, including police officers, neighbors, and investigators, who attested to the strange occurrences in the house. In the end, the Enfield Poltergeist remains shrouded in mystery, its truth as elusive as the entity itself. Despite the numerous investigations and countless debates, the case remains unsolved. Whether a clever hoax or a genuine supernatural phenomenon, one thing is certain. The Enfield Poltergeist remains one of the most documented and debated cases of supernatural activity. The Enfield Poltergeist story echoes even today. It reverberates through the chambers of mystery and fear, leaving a lasting imprint on our collective psyche. This eerie tale, a chilling blend of the ordinary and the extraordinary, has influenced not just the annals of paranormal investigation, but also our popular media and the horror genre. The Enfield Poltergeist, an unseen force that supposedly wreaked havoc in a quiet London suburb, has been immortalized in books, documentaries, and even blockbuster movies. Its story has been told and retold, each time becoming a little more intricate, a bit more terrifying. It has set a benchmark for horror, raising the stakes for what we perceive as fear and dread. It has pushed the boundaries of our imagination, making us wonder, what if? The key points of the story are etched in our minds: the unsuspecting family, the first encounter with the unseen entity, the intensive investigation, and the chilling aftermath. Each chapter, each event, has left us with lingering questions. Was it all an elaborate hoax or a genuine supernatural occurrence? Why did it happen to this particular family? And perhaps the most disturbing question, could it happen again? The Enfield Poltergeist has sparked debates and discussions, piqued curiosity, and elicited fear. It has made us question our understanding of the world around us, pushing us to explore the realm of the unknown. It has challenged our perception of reality, forcing us to consider the existence of forces beyond our comprehension. And so, the story of the Enfield Poltergeist is far from over. It continues to evolve, to inspire, to terrify. It thrives in the dark corners of our minds, in the whispers of the wind, in the shadows that dance on our walls. Whether you believe or not, the story of the Enfield Poltergeist continues to chill us, questioning the very nature of our reality.